So as I mentioned, I am Jaleesa Irwin. I am MATP's Outdoor Recreation AT Specialist. My pronouns are she, her, hers.
And I am Erin Shannon. I am MATP's Youth and Community Living AT Specialist, and my pronouns are also she, her, hers.
So getting to know everyone else on this call, just kind of a couple questions. Where are you from? If you feel comfortable sharing, go ahead and type it in the chat or unmute yourself. What county are you from in Michigan? Or if you're not in Michigan, let us know where you're at. And then also in the chat, you can also put if you identify as a person with a disability, if you're a family member, representative of education, representative of health and rehab, of community living, of technology, or if you have an other identity.
Emerald Vermont AT program.
Ooh, very
Oh,
fun.
cool. So you're familiar with winter then in Vermont.
Yes.
Osmond Rowe M from Mocha, Kent County, Michigan. Nicole Rowe, Somerset, Massachusetts. I am a recreation counselor at Easter Seals. Is that
Cool.
Emma?
Awesome.
We're really getting the
K Rowe,
Eastern Seaboard today.
K Rowe AT specialist for Stamford Public Schools in CT. Tasha Rowe Mocha supporting Kent, Muskegon, Ottawa counties. Uh, Eva Rowe, person with disability, Clinton County, Michigan. Charisse wrote Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm sorry, ARP or DOWD and Special Project Coordinator at Disability Rights Arkansas. Mary wrote Washtenaw with a disability. Sarah wrote two CILS groups from Mocha, Ottawa County. And Kathleen wrote Kathleen Mozak, she, her, Ann Arbor Commission on Disability Issues.
Awesome. So we have folks from all over the place and all types of identities.
Great. We love it.
So our vision at MDRC envisions a world where people with disabilities live full lives within the community with equal rights and equity and opportunities, where people with disabilities are valued as essential and vital members of the community, can be their full selves in all of their identities in all aspects of their lives, and have space for self-discovery to cultivate community and develop pride. So our mission is to cultivate disability pride and strengthen the disability movement by recognizing disability as a natural and beautiful part of human diversity while collaborating to dismantle all forms of oppression. And the image on this slide is of a woman in a chair, sitting with her hands kind of in front of her. So here at the Michigan Assistive Technology Program, or MATP, we have all types of categories of which we have AT in. We have over 1,700 items in our inventory that can include categories such as vision loss, hearing loss, cooking, eating, organizing, communication, calendar reminders, outdoor recreation, gaming, crafting, parenting, gardening, and connecting with families. Um, our AT program defines AT as any tool, software, or app that can help people with disabilities, including older adults, do what they want to do. And we're a free program. So for people with disabilities, by people with disabilities. And we provide trainings such as this one on how to use AT devices. We also have opportunities to let folks borrow the AT for a short period of time to kind of see if the device actually works for them. Um, and then in some instances, we can let folks borrow it for a longer period of time to see if it truly works for them. It's kind of like a try before you buy thing. Erin, is there anything you want to add to that?
I was just gonna say, I think it's important to note that our program, as Jaleesa mentioned, is a loan program. We don't sell anything, which makes it really great because we really truly just are here to help you find devices that work for you. So even if you loan something from us and you're like, hey, this did not work the way that I thought it was going to, that's good information for us and for you too, because we can sort of go back to the drawing board and figure out what might work for you. Nobody's going to be mad if something doesn't work for you. But again, we don't sell anything, but we can certainly tell you where to get things if you do decide that something works for you.
Charisse wrote, will this recording and slides be sent out?
The
We will,
recording,
the
yes,
recording will be available.
yes. And there also will be a resource guide that will be sent out with all of our information on there as an organization and as well as the devices that we're going to be talking about.
Okay, so to begin with, as we all know, winter, especially in Michigan and some of the folks that are visiting us from other areas today, can be really chilly. And so we have different sorts of adaptive clothing. Um, on the far left of the slide is just a parka style jacket. And what makes that adaptive is that the closures are magnetic and Velcro. So if somebody has a difficult time with buttons or snaps or anything like that, that will hopefully make that easier. There are also different kinds of parka style things. This is just one example. But certainly that type of adaptation is available. Next to that, we have some very warm looking socks that if you can see up toward the top of the calf, have some holes in them. And those are just designed so that somebody can hook um, their thumb or their fingers or a dressing stick in the hole and help pull them up because getting socks on can be tricky sometimes. And then next to that, we just have a pullover sweatshirt, and those things can be very helpful for folks who might experience sensory issues in that the neck is really wide, so it wouldn't feel very tight on your neck if it makes you feel a little bit claustrophobic. Also, it doesn't have very many seams, so if that is a sensory issue for folks, the lack of seams can make clothing more comfortable that way. And then also in this particular sweatshirt, there is a hidden abdominal access opening. So if you're somebody who needs to use a feeding tube or like an ostomy bag or something, you'll have easier access to those to be able to care for those as you need to. And then on the next slide here, we have some boots. And if you can sort of visualize, the top of the boot can zip all the way open. So rather than struggling to get your foot in it, you can just set your foot in and zip over it. So that's nice. Again, the flannel that the person is wearing next to the boot is magnetic enclosure to make that access easier. Sally needs those boots, she said. I can get you some, Sally. And then we have some gloves that open all the way too. So again, if being able to effectively put your hand into a glove is difficult, the gloves will open all the way. So all you have to do is place your hand in them and then you can restrap the Velcro straps. And then
All right.
um,
Let's see.
here at MDRC, we do have an adaptive winter wear closet that is free of charge for folks to access. If anybody has a need for adaptive winter wear, they would contact myself and we could just talk about what the specific needs were. And then we could try to get you what you needed so that you would have what you needed to stay warm for the winter. And this is just a video that we're going to play really quickly about that to give you some examples of the types of things that we're able to access.
let's
Therese wrote,
see.
I need the pullover and parka. Too bad I live in another state.
Yeah, we can get you hooked up with your state's AT program. That's important to note too. Each state and all of the territories have their own assistive technology program. They're all run a little bit differently. But if you are someone who's outside of the state of Michigan, we can certainly get you hooked up with your state's AT program also.
I am just gonna see if I'm sharing sound. Is it sharing sound? No? Okay, let me.
Providing a free adaptive winter wear closet. We have a
Was it sharing sound?
variety
Yes.
of adapted winter wear for adults and children. Here are a few examples of items we can provide customized to your needs. First, we have a wheelchair cozy in black and gray elephant print. This style features a cozy fleece inner layer, 4 fully adjustable straps for easy fitting, a waterproof shell, an elastic section for snug fit over feet or foot plates, and even a handy pocket on the front. Next, we have a sleeping bag style option in navy blue and white. It features a water-resistant exterior and warm Sherpa-lined interior, 2 elastic straps to attach to a mobility device, a full-length zipper up the front, and a reinforced bottom, all designed to keep you warm and comfortable. Next, we have a children's-size magnetic closure sweatshirt in bright yellow. It features full-length magnetic closures, a hood, minimal seams, and is tagless. Next, we have a children's winter coat in burnt orange. It features a front zipper, removable sleeves that zip on and off, Velcro up both sides, and built-in fleece mitten cuffs. Next, we have another children's size winter coat in blue plaid. It features a removable zippered hood, front zipper, and side and sleeve zippers. Finally, we have a standard style coat with a customized zipper pull. This customized 3D printed zipper pull attaches to the existing zipper and makes grasping the zipper easier. These are just a few examples of what we have available. Please contact us to find a winter wear option that's right for you.
All right, so let's get into gift wrapping. Um, we do have, we don't have these in our inventory yet because they are an item that I just did find. That's the cool thing about our program was we're always doing awesome research. We did find different gift wrapping tools that might help folks with cutting different wrapping papers, little clamps. I have an image on the slide of clamps that go onto the end of tube, uh, wrapping paper tube. And with these clamps, it holds the wrapping paper tube onto the table. And this will just hold it in place. And then the tape can also go onto these clamps. This kind of just keeps everything stationary for you. I know I always play the fun game when wrapping gifts of where did I put the tape and where did I put the scissors. And the wrapping paper roll also rolls away from me. So this keeps it in place. Your tape is in right there on the clamps. But there also is a tool that will help cut the wrapping paper. So if using scissors might be a little bit difficult for you, this tube cutting tool will wrap around the tube and kind of just slice the wrapping paper for you.
There was a question about the phone number for the loan closet. I did just drop that in the chat. Oh, and Aaron just did too. 517-333-2477. And then the extension is 305.
And Jana gave you the toll-free option if you'd prefer to use that too. So there's two different options. They'll both get you to me.
All right, why won't this not? All right. So holiday decorations. Erin, did you want to speak about this one?
Sure. Um, again, there are lots of, this is just a really small segment of options, but on the left side here is a projector that you can put different essentially slide patterns in, and it will project them onto the side of your house or your garage or wherever you like them. They're really they're selling them a lot on TV right now. So there's all different kinds of options for that. There's snowmen and snowflakes and Christmas tree options and all that kind of stuff. Those are fun, and they that way you can avoid if physically putting lights up is difficult for you, you can avoid doing that, but you can still partake in the decorations. The sort of tube-like Santa hat that's next to that with some lights going through it is designed again to sort of help you to detangle your lights so that you don't have to worry about, you know, essentially undoing a huge mass of lights because they feed their way through the Santa hat. So that's nice. It saves you some time. And then next to that is the Ever Sprout, um, essentially extended handle so that you can reach higher to put lights up safely. So you can avoid being on a ladder and needing to worry about balance quite as much as you might otherwise.
Yeah, this is a great tool. If you want to hang up holiday decorations on your, your gutters or whatever it may be. You can also use it if you do partake in putting up a Christmas tree. Essentially, you could use it for putting lights on to trees as well, outside and inside to get to the very top of the tree.
Um, these are just some examples again of inflatables that might be available to you. Again, if putting out decorations, you're worried about slipping or sliding or just having the stamina to do it, but you still want to decorate, these you can put up. And they come with pumps and they will inflate themselves, and they are very obvious fun decorations. And there is a Santa holding a wreath on one side, and then there is a menorah that says Happy Hanukkah on the other side.
So the not so fun part about winter, snow removal. Um, the cool thing is that they're making many options out there that, a couple years back, or I mean, probably 10 years back, they only had gas powered snow blowers, which can be heavy, um, can be messy, lots of maintenance for them. So now they're coming out with a lot of different battery operated snowblower options, which are super lightweight. Um, there's less maintenance on them. Um, they even come with cool little lights on them. I was checking them out at Home Depot the other day. I was like, wow, this is great. I could snow blow when, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon because it's dark now. So many different options for snow blowers. And then if snow blowing is not your style, we have different ergonomic handled shovels. So this particular one is the Snow Joe. It has the extra handle on there, which prevents you from bending your back when pushing or lifting snow. Um, it's pretty neat because I've used this multiple times. Your back doesn't have to bend to use it. Um, and it kind of takes away the strain on your back because you're holding two handles. And then also it helps with when lifting the snow, it distributes the weight. So you're using both arms to lift the snow. Uh, we do have in our inventory an extendable snow scraper for your car. This has like a pivoting bristle brush on the top of it. So if you're, if you want to do the side to side motion or up and down motion, this will help with that. There's different, you can extend it. So if you have a larger car, if you need extended reach, that the extension helps with that. And then also it has a scraper on the end of it for ice. And it comes in a cool little case that, you don't have to have like the long version of this. You can just put it all in the case and then throw it in your car. This is also another product from Snow Joe. It's called the Avalanche. So say if we did get a lot of snow and we do need to remove it from our roof, this is an extended pole that has like piece of plastic on the bottom of it, and you can take off the snow off of your roof, and it just kind of slides down.
Um, in terms of snowball fun, if you're somebody that wants to engage in that, there's a couple different options. The orange long-handled thing on the right side of the slide here is a snowball maker. So if you're somebody who either can't reach down or bend down to get the snow, or doesn't like the feeling of the snow or being wet or anything like that, you can use the snowball maker to make a snowball. It makes a really nice round snowball. And then you can also use that device to sling it at someone. So it's very effective in lots of ways. And then to the left of those are some cloth snowman faces essentially. So again, if you want to partake in snowball fun, but you don't want to be cold, or you don't have the ability to go outside for whatever reason, or again, the sensory, uh, you don't like the feeling of the snow or the cold or the wet, they are essentially like snowball pillows that you can uh, toss back and forth in indoor settings, or just have a more gentle sort of snowball fight, but still be able to engage in fun that way.
And I will add that there are many shapes of the snowball makers as well. I know that they have like little snowman shape. I believe there's like a star shape. Um, there's just a bunch of different ones. Those ones won't fling the snowballs, but they will create a cool snowball. So some more fun, inclusive, and times in the snow. Uh, we don't particularly have these items in our inventory um, for the fact of like it's difficult to have I guess variety of AT that might be hard for us to use as well. We do have resources for folks to get this type of AT or try out this type of AT available for anyone who might be interested. So on the slide, we do have three chair users with snow skis on their wheelchairs. And on the first image is of a wheelchair of an individual laying down or sitting up, kind of laying down with their legs in front of them. And they have uh, skis on each of their wheels on the wheelchair. And this would kind of just be like, I guess, a stroller type of chair. So an individual would have to be pushing this individual through the snow, but it kind of makes sledding inclusive. We also have an image of a younger child in a wheelchair. It's a manual chair, and there's snow skis on the front wheels of their wheelchair. And then there's just a closer up version, picture of that. Also, safety and ice. Um, I love the title of this. It's Ice Safety. It's really important in the winter time. So we do have these devices in our inventory, snow baskets, for the end of hiking poles. Hiking poles can be used whether you're hiking or just in everyday life. This just kind of helps folks with balancing. Um, and on the end of this hiking pole is a spike, but if you're hiking in the snow or walking in the snow, the baskets kind of prevent the hiking pole from going all the way deep into the snow. Some of my favorite things to wear in the winter on my winter boots are yak tracks. They're basically ice cleats. So it creates this traction. So when you're on slippery conditions, uh, you just kind of slide these onto your boots and it just prevents you from slipping. A lot of folks use these for ice fishing, but other folks use them in everyday life. I will say that you don't want to wear these inside of your house because they may get slippery on tile flooring or they will scratch up your wood flooring, and tear your carpet. So I would suggest having a pair of winter boots that just stay with these on them and then another pair of shoes to go in and out of the house. We also have a cane spike, that can go on the tip of a cane or on the tips of walkers. And this kind of, again, is just a prevention from slipping. If you feel like you're going to slip, kind of just put this into the ground and it will prevent you from slipping. AT for ice skating. Again, we don't have this in our inventory, but we do have resources of where you might be able to try it out at. So we kind of have on the slide, we have an image of a bucket seat, for an individual to sit into, and it has ice skates on the bottom of the bucket seat. And the individual can put their legs out in front. Um, you can be pushed around on this, and you also can use kind of like the hiking poles that I was talking about that have like the spikes at the end of them to get across the ice. We also have balance walkers on the slide, and these are adjustable to the individual's height, so they'll be able to hold on to the handle and ice skate freely. And then also an individual using their walker on the ice along with their braces, their leg braces. They do make ice skates that allow room for leg braces to fit into easily. Are there any questions? All right. So we do have AT for ice fishing. I was really, really excited to find this piece of AT. This is an ice shanty. I searched for 2 years for an ice shanty to have a wide enough door to fit, a power wheelchair into it. And this shanty is absolutely, huge. I believe it's 100 square foot inside of it. The door does not have a lip to get into, so a lot of times ice shanties have this little lip to keep snow out from going into the ice shanty, and this one does not have that. So there's no trip hazard. If someone is using a wheelchair, they're able to roll right into the ice shanty with no problems. This is like a quilted material, so it also keeps you warm. Warmth will be inside of there. Um, and you're able to fit, I think we had 5 adults and all of our ice fishing gear in the shanty, and we had plenty of room to move around. So I was really excited when I found this one. We also have an auger um, that is battery operated. So kind of like the snow blowers, years ago, you only could get gas powered augers or manual augers. And this is lightweight. I think it weighs with the battery 14 pounds. The blades are super sharp on it. So it just makes going through the ice super easy. Drilling those holes, super easy. Here is some more ice fishing AT. So I have a lot going on this slide because there are quite a few devices that um, a lot of folks wouldn't think that are AT, but there definitely are. So we have this indication system that lets you know, say if you're using a tip up, which is ice fishing contraption that you just set on the ice, and when the fish bites, the flag pops up. Well, with this device, you can set it there and it's motion censored. So when the flag pops up, when you have fish on the line, um, this will the remote will then blink and vibrate to let you know that you have a fish out there. So say if you weren't able to see a far distance, this will give you, the vibration and the light up. We have things that will hold fishing rods onto a bucket. So that's pretty useful for when ice fishing, if you just, want to set down your rod and you don't want to, hold on to it. Say if you have a difficult time holding on to it. We also have ones that can hook onto wheelchairs, walkers, camping chairs, whatever it may be. This cool device in the center here, when you're sitting in an ice shanty and it can be windy conditions, you want to make sure that your ice shanty is, secure, doesn't blow away. So what this device does is it hooks onto a drill and it puts in ice spikes for you. So the ice spike will hold down the ice shanty. You kind of just put this little adapter over the ice spike and you just press down on the drill and it will drill into the ice for you. Jet sleds are a great way, which is the sled on the slide, are a great way to get your gear out onto the ice. Um, Unfortunately, the jet sled that we have in our inventory is not large enough for our ice shanty, but we do put all of our gear in it, and then we're able to slide it out. They also make skis for this, so say if it was a snowy condition rather than ice, they make skis on it to easily float over the snow. And then this is a ice skimmer. It's long handled, so if you were fishing from a seated position, uh, it's just a longer handle to reach the snow or the ice to pull out of your ice fishing hole.
Okay, so after you come in from all of those cold outdoor activities, you might want to be able to warm up a little bit. So we have a couple of different options for you to be able to um, enjoy hot chocolate or your hot beverage of choice, or really any beverage of choice. But so the Keurig that is on the right side here, you can put coffee or tea pods in and hit the button and put your cup under there and it will fill the cup up for you. It does fit a variety of sizes of cups. So you have more of a coffee mug style here, but it will also fit a taller mug too. Again, just so you don't have to worry about boiling water, because boiling water can be uh, difficult for some folks, and we much prefer you to be safe and not get burned. So that's an option. Next to that, we have it's called a grippin mug, and as you can see, there's a hole in the middle of it, so you can stick your hand right through the middle. It's still a full size tumbler. It's got an opening at the top that you can slide to any position on the cup um, to be able to drink out of it that way. So if you're somebody who has difficulty gripping or just wants a better grip on your drink, you can use that. And then next to that is just a two-handled mug. So if you're like me at all and just want to have a better grip on something that's hot so you don't burn yourself, you can use both hands to grip the mug that way. And again, there are lots of different options. These are just the styles that we chose for this presentation. Just something to consider. To go along with warm drinks, you might also want warm foods. So, because it's soup season, at least here in Michigan. So we have crock pots that are great because you can set them, early in the day and sort of forget about them, and it will cook your food. And then when you're ready to have your food done, whenever your dinner's done, you can just pull things out that way and it'll be done and nice and warm your belly. And then there's also the Instapot, which is great. We do have several in our inventory. They have a variety of features that you can use, and they also cook very, very fast. So if you're coming in from all of those outdoor activities, or sledding or whatever you're doing, and you want to be able to eat something that's warm very quickly, that's another option. And then in the middle here is just a picture of an ergonomic knife. Again, it's just a different grip. We also have different rocker knives. So if using a typical knife is more difficult, we have all sorts of different options there, and choppers and that kind of thing for you to chop up those onions or potatoes or whatever to put in your soups, in your casseroles, for your crock pots and your Instant Pots.
All right.
Our
So
contact
if
info.
there's, yeah, our contact info. If you're interested in learning more about our organization, receiving training, AT demonstrations, or need information and assistance, please contact us. So I do have mine on there, Jaleesa Irwin, and my email is jaleesa@mymdrc.org, and we'll drop those in the chat. And then Aaron's is aaron@mymdrc.org, along with our general contact information as well.
Yep, I'm gonna also drop the resource guide, and then I'll also drop the contact information in here. Here's the resource guide. Let me grab that contact information. All right, and then the contact information is also in the chat as well.
Anybody have any questions or any thoughts that you want to share while we're all here?
I was gonna say, those boot clamp-ons are so awesome. I have a pair of them at home, and I had a very pulley dog that kept me those kept me from sliding while he was pulling. So that's another way you can use them if you're walking and it might be a little slick to kind of get a little grip.
That's great. Well, somebody raised their hand, I see.
Hi there, this is Darby. I'm with Mocha. I just wanted to kind of clarify what style of yak tracks you had in your inventory, because there's a number of different styles, as I'm somewhat of an enthusiast, or if there were a number of different types you had in your inventory.
Yeah, so we have two different types. One that is like like I guess a rubber material that kind of pull over your boot, which can be very difficult to get on and off. That's why mine just stay on all year long.
Right.
And then we also have another style that is Velcro. So they both have like the diamond shaped on the bottom, but the difference is one is rubber that goes over top of the boot and the other is Velcro that goes over the top of the boot. I know that they make ones that have kind of like circular little pointed spots on the bottom of them, and I have not found that those are helpful. I've feel like I've slipped more in those than I have in just my shoes with no spikes on them.
I would agree.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Nicole had a question. Is there a certificate of attendance for the webinar? She's a university student. We don't offer certificates of attendance, correct?
Attendance, no, I don't think so.
But thank you so much for coming.
Yes,
We
thank
hope you
you.
learned something. Anything else?
Oh, we have another
Darby, did you
hand.
mean to have your hand raised again?
Yeah, yep. So I saw the sledge earlier, and I didn't know if in your list of resources if there were places listed that not only had the sledge, but if there were opportunities for the sledge hockey, because I know that's a thing. I don't know a lot about it, but I know that's a thing.
Yes. So I think U of M has a hockey team. I will look that up if you want to email me or leave your. How about you email me and I can find you? I believe U of M does have a sledge hockey team that possibly, I know they have like adaptive sports clinics. And also Mary Free Bed also might have opportunity to try those out.
Thank
But
you.
I can definitely do the research on that.
Sounds good.
Emma wrote, thank you, great resources. And Nicole wrote, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
We're so excited that everybody was here today.
Does anyone have any other questions or comments? Hausman wrote, thanks.
Like everybody feels extra prepped to go out in the winter and snow that's coming.
It's
Unfortunately.
gonna come, even if it doesn't feel
Yeah,
like it right now.
yeah. It kind of does today though, at least here.
Yeah, it's starting.
Yes,
It's
here too.
starting. Tasha wrote, this was insightful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you to everyone for coming. And be sure to check out that resource guide. And I think that's we're all finished, right?
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. Oh, James wrote, thanks.